Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Speaking Our Truth. Today, we are going to be talking about crystals for healing and what are the benefits. I'm Jolene.
Samantha.
Lydia.
Okay, so let's get started. This is really going to be like crystals for dummies. We're not going to get into all the complicated aspects of that. But basically, crystals have been used for centuries across all cultures as tools for healing and spiritual growth. In the modern world, they are celebrated for their ability to balance energy, promote well-being, and support chakra healing. So by harnessing their unique vibrational properties, crystals can help restore harmony within the mind, body, and spirit. So we're just going to focus mostly on chakra healing. So if you're not aware of the chakras, let's start with that. So we're starting with the root chakra, which is at the base of the spine, and a good crystal that will help you with your root chakra. I have one here, red jasper. Do you guys have anything to add of what you prefer to use for root chakra healing?
I have the red jasper as well.
You got the same one. Yours is nicer. Clearer. So this will help you with when you're feeling blocked due to insecurity or disconnection from the physical world. It also helps with grounding and stability. So, I don't know, Lydia, do you have any other one that you'd like to add that would be good for?
It's very good for confidence as well, not just for grounding.
Yes, confidence.
It helps for self-confidence as well. Excellent.
And helps you feel more grounded to Gaia or Mother Earth.
Yes.
If you're feeling
Well,
disconnected. Yeah.
Of course, when you are grounded to Gaia, you are more self-confident in yourself automatically.
Absolutely. Yes. Another crystal I discovered, which I didn't actually know until I was doing some research that is good for your root chakra, is black tourmaline. I guess
Actually,
because of its function of, because it helps dispel negative energy and establish a sense of safety. So for that reason, it can also be used to help balance your root chakra. When I say chakra, I think the correct pronunciation is chakra. Actually, I'm not going to try and pronounce the original words for the chakras. I'm not going to try. We won't do that.
No, then we would be making
Sanskrit. Yeah, I'm not going to try and pronounce the Sanskrit words, but you can look them up. Google will show you what they are. Okay, so the next one is your sacral chakra, which governs your reproductive organs, also your lower back area, and also is your connection to money and how you feel about your relationship with sex and also self-confidence. Quite a few chakras will govern your self-confidence area.
Yes.
So, and it's also
Correct.
associated with creativity and your emotions. And if you have an imbalanced sacral chakra, you will experience emotional instability or a lack of passion. Can you mention something that you know offhand that you will experience as a result of a blocked or imbalanced sacral chakra?
With the sacral being blocked, it's going to be harder to find joy in things, essentially. Like you were saying, it's going to be hard to create things if you're kind of, if you're an artist or something and you want to sit down and do things, you may come up with more blocks, things like that. Even for simple journaling, you may find it harder to connect. I mean, depression comes along with the sacral being blocked as well, low libido. What other? I think the gratification piece is missing too a lot when your sacral is blocked. Like you don't really feel a sense of accomplishment or gratification out of what you do, even if it is something you enjoy doing. You won't walk away feeling the same if it's blocked.
I agree. And Lydia, is there anything you can add to that?
I think basically said it all. I think that the physical part of your relationship, which is very important, would be basically almost non-existent because you just don't want it. You don't feel confident enough to have one, which is very important in a relationship. And if that's not there, then there is basically no relationship. And people don't understand that. So that's where you get the wonders.
Correct. And
Okay.
also to add, sorry, was I
No, you can
interrupting?
go. That's all I wanted to say.
Also to add, if you're someone who many people have been, if you've been sexually abused in your childhood or at any point really, then that's where you would develop a blockage in the sacral chakra area as well, because that will also affect how you feel about passion and enjoyment in things such as sex. So the
Yeah, but
crystal
that would also come
that's
down
most commonly
to,
used.
sorry, that would also come down to self-love, because you don't even have a
Self-love.
relationship with yourself, because you've got no self-confidence in yourself, you've got no love for yourself, you've got nothing. That's a whole other podcast, a whole other one.
Yes.
All by itself, all by
So
itself.
the crystal most
Yes.
commonly, I think that's used for this would be orange carnelian, but it can be
Carnelian.
any orange crystal,
Yes.
like orange calcite or anything
Sunstone.
orange, sunstone as well. So yes, back down to it helps with self-confidence and joy, restores motivation. Next one, solar plexus chakra. So now this chakra is basically your energy center. So typically, if you have an imbalance, it's going to definitely be the solar plexus chakra, and possibly in addition to your other chakras. If you've never had a chakra balancing, then probably all your chakras will be imbalanced because, life happens. Everybody has stressful experiences in some shape or form, and it's always good to check in on your chakras from time to time. But yeah, the solar plexus is the center of your personal power, again, confidence and willpower. And when this chakra is blocked, it can cause self-doubt or lack of direction. So, the crystals that most people like to use for that would be the citrine, the yellow one. My personal favorite, I prefer using tiger's eye because this one works best for me personally. That's what I prefer to use.
Yeah.
Do you have a preference? Do you guys agree?
I like the tiger's eye a lot.
Yeah, most of the time I use the tiger's eye, but sometimes I do put the citrine. Yes.
I think
When I
that
do
the
the short,
tiger's eye
the
to me is a
chocolate
lot
one.
pretty. Well,
But yes, most of the
the
time,
tiger's eye for me is much prettier.
I think it's also
Okay,
stronger.
so tiger's eye.
Yes, I think it's a
I
stronger.
prefer it, definitely. The citrine for me is more crystal that I would use for attracting abundance. So it's a good idea to put a citrine inside your purse or your wallet to help attract abundance. And I also use it when I do money manifestations. That's
The
the other
tiger's
one.
eye can
Careful
do
for
that
going
too.
slightly off.
The tiger's eye can do that too. Can also attract money.
Okay. I've never used that one personally for attracting money.
But it can.
The other
Yeah,
one
but
is the fool's gold or parrot that I would use. Well, since we're talking about attracting abundance, is one that I would use for that. I do use it because the tiger's one will also help keep you grounded during any kind of manifestation or energy work. So it's a good one to add regardless. But yes, I agree. The more grounded you are, the more you can attract. So next one is the heart chakra, which is, of course, centered in the center of your chest. It governs love, compassion, relationships, self-love again as well. And if you have a blockage here, it can lead to feelings of isolation or resentment. So now I'm going to let Samantha tell us about her favorite crystal.
So rose quartz is my favorite. The benefits for it, obviously, stress relief, lowers your blood pressure, anything like that. And kind of relaxation with the heart space, obviously, logistically too. But I love it personally for meditation and for just walking around with. I typically always have a piece of rose quartz on me. I have big chunks like this. I have little things like this. Like I have a little tower. She's super cute. But yeah, it just makes me feel like I'm being held. by my higher self a lot more. It helps me tap into that energy so I can keep that. So I have that constant flowing of love. When you have a blocked heart chakra, you're more likely to withdraw from things. You're more likely to pull back information from people. Even your friends and things like that, where you would normally share. Suddenly you don't feel like you want to share anymore. You don't want to give any pieces of yourself, things like that. You may be more tired, more exhausted. I found that the heart chakra and the solar plexus seem to kind of bounce off each other. So if one is out of balance, you tend to have that lower energy because it sucks off of the solar plexus. But yeah, what else about it? I love to sleep with it. You can put it under your pillow to attract lovers. You can do so much with it. I like using it with candle work too. Yeah.
To add to your story with putting it under your pillow, personal story. Back in 2017, Lydia actually gifted me a pouch with some rose quartz crystal in it, and I put it inside my pillowcase, and I forgot about it. And 5 days later, I met my husband. Yeah, so I could personally attest to the power of attracting. Guys, showed up like New Year's Eve on the 2017 and never left.
That's so cool. I love that.
I
But he's
asked
still
him
there.
when he was going home. Yeah, and I asked him when he was going home, and he told me when I kick him out. So I said, never.
I love it. That's
So
adorable.
yes, I can attest to that. Do you have anything you want to share? Yes, I know you don't have one. I'll show one. Lydia, do you want to tell us about your favorites?
Well,
or you can talk about
often
rose
use
quartz.
the green aventurine, yes, for the heart chakra, because to me green is love, because green portrays the love of nature, trees, just love.
Absolutely.
So it's a wonderful. It brings peace. Peace and love go together. So for me, that is just wonderful. Calmness, serenity. For me, that's a heart chakra. So that's all I can say. That it brings me calm and serenity. Wonderful.
Green aventurine also promotes harmony and attracts luck and opportunity. It's actually I love the color green, so it's also one of my favorite, not my ultimate favorite, but one of them.
Yes, that is my favorite color as well, not my favorite stone.
So, throat chakra. So this is what our podcast is essentially about, with the throat chakra. When it's blocked, it affects your ability to speak one's truth. So it's a center of communication and self-expression. And this used to be my favorite for a while too, but it's the one I like for the throat chakra, is the blue lace agate or agate, which supports clear and confident communication. Soda light is another one, but I would typically use that for a different chakra. Lydia, which one do you prefer to use?
For the throat chakra, I like the blue lace, and I also like the chalcedony. They pretty much of a matchness. All the light blue crystals, they do the same thing. But I must be honest, a lot of the time it's easier to get the chalcedony, to get those crystals. So I often work with those. But they both bring a sense of calm, and that I must be honest, especially to me, because especially in my later years now, I don't get as anxious as I used to. So it's a very calming effect when you need it most. Most definitely, I can say that from personal experience, that everybody needs a little bit of blue lace or chalcedony in their life. Whether you think you do or you don't, you do need it. Absolutely. Even if you think you are calm, you are definitely a lot calmer with that in your life. You know, for the people that have never had it in their life, go and get yourself a blue lace. You will feel the difference almost immediately. The effect it has on you is one crystal that I would recommend anybody to purchase. It has an almost instant effect. It's a very, very powerful crystal. So, I mean, that's one of the crystals that you will notice almost instantaneous. I've seen that happen before, and especially to me. If you don't believe in crystals, get yourself a blue lace. You will believe in crystals. All the
Sure, we've
people,
all
all the
been in
naysayers,
situations.
they will change their minds very quickly. Crystals are real. They allow.
I'm sure we've all been in situations where we've had to hold our tongue, and this will eventually, if you're working with a difficult boss, or you know, in or even some people you may have be living with a difficult spouse or other family members where you're unable to speak your mind, and this will subsequently result in a blocked or imbalanced throat chakra. And I'm sure we've all been in situations where we've had to do that.
That has helped me to keep quiet. Yeah.
Well, it helps us to know when to speak and when to keep quiet.
Yes.
Samantha, do you have anything to add?
With the throat chakra, it's one of the more difficult ones for me to work with, to be honest with you. And that's because of my history. I've had pretty much a blocked throat chakra since I was like 5 or 6. So it's been years of buildup and it's still coming out. But as I've been working with the throat chakra, I think if you're someone who's looking into crystal healing with the throat chakra, you're going to see things. If you're someone who doesn't typically speak their mind, be prepared that you might kind of blurt some things out sometimes, or that you might suddenly start to do that. And I do that with like a slight warning, because when I started doing it myself, no one told me that this was going to happen. So I was like, where's this coming from? I was like, this isn't me. But it was me all along. I just needed some help. So just be prepared if you start with the throat chakra. You may blurt some things out. You may say things unexpectedly. It's okay. Roll with it.
That's all good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so next we have the third eye chakra. So this one is, of course, located between your eyebrows, and it's the center of your intuition and insight. Blockages here can lead to lack of clarity or spiritual disconnection. You could also, there we go, do you like to use amethyst for that? That was amethyst. Yeah, amethyst is one of the crystals that can help with that. Or I would prefer, I'm sure this one is lapis lazuli. This one has become a little bit more, I'm not sure in the US is it still easy to come by, because I think it's been a bit difficult to come by for a bit.
Yeah, I think it's a little pricier here in America to get some real lapis lazuli. I do have like 2 pieces. I have one raw, uncut. Okay. And then I have a polished one too, but these ones were, I want to say they were like maybe 10 or 15.
Okay.
So they're a little bit pricier here, but they are worth it if you can find it.
No, they're not that cheap. Yeah, they are quite pricey.
I think they were hard to come by, and then when they came back, they ended up being more expensive because they were harder to come by. People saw the niche in the market and decided to just, hey, let's just charge more for it. So they both have their benefits. The amethyst is also a master healer, so it can also be used for. You can also use amethyst for your crown chakra as well, since it enhances spiritual awareness. And if we jump ahead, which we'll touch more on in the crown chakra, that's your connection to the divine. But it's a master healer, so you can use amethyst. It's versatile. You can use it for headaches, for any kind of pain, just about anything. And lapis lazuli is more for wisdom, clarity, and also access to your higher consciousness. Crown chakra is located at the top of your head. Going back to the third eye chakra, it's also where everything comes in. So if you're around negativity or negative energies, if it's going to enter, it comes in through your third eye chakra. So if you're going to work with your third eye chakra, I would recommend that you also learn to close it at will. so that when you need to protect yourself, so that it's not constantly open. Otherwise, you're just leaving basically a door
All
open for negativity to.
Absolutely.
So the crown chakra now, that's at the top of your head and is associated with spiritual connection and enlightenment. It's also where all healing enters in through, and also when you meditate and you breathe in, you would feel the light and the energy come in through your throat, crown chakra. If your crown chakra is blocked, it will be next to impossible to receive any kind of healing. So you need to do the work on your crown chakra first, if that's the case. Some healers, I've seen some healers just say that they can't heal them if their crown chakra is blocked. I've not personally experienced that. Maybe that those healers were just a bit less experienced, but you need to work on your connection with your higher self and the universe. Otherwise, you will not be able to accept any kind of healing. I didn't actually, oddly enough, I don't have a clear quartz near me. The clear quartz can be used for the crown chakra and also selenite. I believe you both have. Is that clear quartz?
There's this clear
Or
cord
selenite?
and a big belt,
Okay.
and then with this clear cord and a little tower.
And clear quartz you can program to do anything. You can program it for whatever you would like to whatever you would like to work on. It's a substitute. So if in the absence of any other crystal, you can use a clear quartz to substitute and just set the intention. Lydia, I believe you have a selenite with you that can also be used for crown chakra.
Yes.
And what else, Lydia, does the selenite do?
Thing about the selenite is that it charges all the other crystals. Good for all the other crystals.
Okay. Super lazy with
a big stick of selenite underneath my pillow as well.
I get super lazy with when everybody else is putting their crystals out in the moonlight to charge it, and I'm like, I just put selenite in near all my crystals, and oddly enough, clear quartz can have a similar effect, although it's not as powerful. I found that out by accident because where I lived before, I didn't really have space to pack all my things nicely. So whenever I did a healing, and I needed crystals, I would always check to see if they needed to be cleansed. And I found that I had to cleanse them a lot more until I started packing them all together with clear quartz in with them. And suddenly I realized that I didn't have to clear them as often or cleanse them as often as I used to. So that I found out quite completely by accident. So to summarize, crystals can help with stress reduction, with energy protection. So like black tourmaline, or can you suggest another one, Lydia?
For what? Say that again.
Protecting your energy. Protecting your energy to shield against negative energies.
Shunga. Shunga.
What else would you use Shunga to?
Shunga will protect your energies, and it clears the EMF, so it protects you from all the EMF rays. You keep freezing on me.
I lost your sound.
Yeah, you keep freezing.
Thank you, Jennifer. Okay. So yeah, and then you can put it blocks the EMF, so you put them in
radio wave.
You find them.
Yes.
Okay. Emotional healing. Rose quartz and carnelian assist with processing emotions and cultivating self-love. And spiritual growth, like the crystals like selenite and lapis lazuli. So to use them, then if you're going to do healing on yourself or to someone that's with you physically, you place the corresponding crystal on the chakra during meditation, or you can just play some meditative music. Crystal jewelry is a good way to keep it with you at all times. You can also incorporate crystals into yoga or breathwork practice. I like to use them. I also do past life regression. So I like to use crystals. So there's crystals you can use, like, I can't remember which one it is now, but I think Labrador Right also does it. This one's my favorite. It helps connect to past lives, and it's also what it used to be known as the navigation. It used to be known as the navigation stone. The captains on ships used to use labradorite to navigate with. It also helps you with your intuition, and that's what I think it's just very pretty, but yes, I also like it for its properties of helping with your intuition and connecting with past loved ones. I mean, you can also carry your crystals in a pocket or bag for daily support. So crystals are amplified when combined with intention and mindfulness. Yes, Lydia, you have do you have your, how would you recommend best to keep your crystals if you're going to use them? What surface do you keep yours on?
I keep it on glass or wood. I prefer to keep it on, it needs to be on a natural product. I don't like to keep it on something like plastic. I prefer it to have, it must be on a glass or a wood surface. Nothing man-made, I suppose, something natural. So, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I
how I
agree that
feel. Yeah, but I mean, saying that, I mean, I make resin products and I put the crystals in the resin products, which is plastic technically. But I mean, it's preserving it, I suppose. I don't blow glass. That would be a whole other hobby. I think I've got far too many hobbies at the moment. So, uh, so yes. I mean, if my display of crystals and all that is on glass. I've got glass trays. So glass trays or wood on the wooden table. That's the way I've got it.
Samantha, do you religiously put your crystals out to charge at full moon?
Usually, if I feel called to put them on, I will. But I'm kind of on the same wavelength as you, Jolene. I typically have my selenite sitting with most of my crystals, or there's some clear quartz kind of mixed in there. I never really feel the need to charge them that much. I mean, every once in a while I need to clean them, but they're pretty low maintenance for me.
Yeah.
So
I also don't put
agree.
I've also got lots of selenite and lots of clear quartz, so I've got too many. You know what, when I wash my crystals, well, when I clean them, I can't wash them all. Some of them will disintegrate. When I clean them, it takes me 8 hours. And I don't even have that many. I mean, I've got a full table and I've got others all over, you know. So, I mean, there's no way I can cart them all outside and back. It would take me the full day. So, I couldn't.
As you mentioned, Lydia, some crystals disintegrate in water. Selenite is one of them that
With this,
disintegrates.
yeah.
But the crystal, like rose quartz, you could put into your water and charge it with intention. Or you could put it in your windowsill and charge it in the moonlight in your drinking water, and that can also promote healing. There are a couple, I don't have one offhand now, but you could look into it. But I did have like I guess you could call it a spell, for want of a better word, that you would write on the bottom of your water bottle, which could help also promote, but you could put the rose quartz in there, and that could also promote help with healing. It charges your water with the intention, and that's also a good way. I'm just trying to think now. You could also write, if you know anything about Reiki or you have access to the Reiki power symbol, it looks like that. You could also just write that on the bottom of your water bottle, because I put that on my body because I thought with my chronic illness it would be a good idea to get constant healing flowing through my body. Yes, Lydia has a matching one that we chose to get together. Go.
It's just flesh out there too.
At least they're in appropriate places.
Yeah.
So, is there anything you'd like to add, Samantha, before we end off?
No, just another helpful reminder when working with crystals. Always go for what you feel called for. So if you want to work with a crystal for something that we didn't like, it doesn't mean that it's wrong. It's whatever feels right for you. So if something feels different and it feels good to do it some way that we didn't say, go for it.
Yeah.
Anything you'd like to add, Lydia?
No. And I mean, if a crystal breaks on you, it doesn't mean you necessarily broke it. It just means its work with you is done. And also, don't just go and throw it away. Then go and bury it in the garden and give it back to Mother Earth.
I wanted to also add that if you're if you're able to go and buy crystals in person and you're not buying them online, I believe that the crystal chooses us if it
Yeah.
wants to work with us, and then there's a way in which you can taste it. Like if you hold it up to your solar plexus chakra, then if you lean forward, it accepts you. And if you feel inclined to lean backwards, then that one's not for you. Just a simple test if you're able to do that before purchasing. I know there are a lot of places. Some of my clients in the US have said that there aren't any esoteric shops near them. I guess it depends which state you're in, that there aren't physical ones and they have to purchase online. But if you're able to buy them, that's a good way to test if it accepts you.
That's a cool trick.
Okay, so thank you for watching, and
I enjoyed it.
we will let
Thank
you
you for
know.
inviting me. Thank you for inviting me.
Of course,
I enjoyed it.
we will let you know in due course what the next episode will be about. And yeah, thank you, and see you next time. Bye.
Bye.